couple of weeks. I know. Everybody say I'm not okay.
I'm not okay.
Everybody say I'm not okay.
I'm not okay.
It is all right to not be okay at this moment in time.
We're not okay.
About 4 years ago, I and a bunch of folks went in front of Trump Towers, January 20th at 12 noon. About 4 years ago, on January 20th at 12 noon, a few of us stood in front of Trump Towers in an act of non-violent civil disobedience and got arrested to protest Donald Trump. Everybody at that moment in time, including some Democrats, said, don't do this now, wait and see. We have to give him time.
No.
We said no, he has already shown us who he is.
Yes.
It was very clear from the beginning.
Yep.
He was never the type of person who should ever be anywhere close to the presidency of the United States.
Yes. Yes.
His rhetoric was clear all throughout his election, all throughout his time in New York City. It was clear. His supremacist thought, his megalomaniac thought, that it was all about him. What about that was attractive to someone? The fact of the matter is, supremacist thinking has been in the cells of this country for a very long time.
Yep. Yes, it
And the
has.
sooner we're honest about that, the sooner we can move past it.
Woo!
I want everybody to say Miriam Carey. Everybody say Miriam Carey.
Miriam Carey.
In 2013, Miriam Carey got a little turned around by the White House and hit one security belt. Her baby was in the car. She was shot and executed, shot 5 times, a quarter mile away from the White House. Everybody say Miriam Carey.
Miriam Carey.
She did not go home because she's dead. She was executed. A few days ago, we saw hundreds, if not thousands of people seize the Capitol building. Violently. Insurrection.
Yup,
For a
insurrection.
phenomenal amount. They all went home and had breakfast with their families the next morning. That actually happened. Now I need to disavow some people who seem to believe that insurrection is morally equivalent to what happened with Black Lives Matter.
No. Are you?
There is no
No.
moral equivalence to anything that happened this summer.
That's right.
Black Lives Matter was a part of a long lineage of protest for civil rights.
That's right. That's right.
It was people who were saying, we do not want black bodies to be killed with impunity by police.
That's right.
That is
Yup.
a righteous and moral message.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
What happened a few days ago has no righteousness and no morality attached to it.
Nope.
And the actions were completely different. You're talking about a few people in the streets versus hundreds of people trying to take over government.
That's
They
right.
literally were trying to take over government. It was an insurrection. And you have the audacity to compare that to Black Lives Matter.
No.
Please
No.
just shut up.
Whoa.
Shame!
Shame.
And then,
Shame on Trump!
Shame on Trump.
Shame on Trump!
Too many syllables.
Shame on Trump.
I want to be clear about something. Because it wasn't just Donald Trump, and it's not just Nicole Maliotakis. There have been Republican leader lapdogs for the past 4 years that have enabled this man and enabled these people. Time and time and time and time again. There were those of us who know history and have read history and have understand the game plan of people like Trump from Germany to here to Rwanda that follow the otherism playbook. And he followed it to a T. Including trying to demonize the media. Everything to a T. And they jumped up and down and they shouted, yeah. So it's all the celebrities, all the lapdog Republicans, all the media. I'm going to say something. The police unions as well.
That's true. That's true. Do you guys hear that?
Ed Mullins supported it. The Capitol Police Union, if you heard his remarks, didn't have that much of a problem with what happened.
That's right. Yeah, they moved the barricades.
We saw Confederate flags, nooses, Trump pens, and paraphernalia from police unions.
That's right. Yep.
I don't believe those police unions represent all law enforcement in the United States of America.
No.
So they need to stand up and speak out against Pat Nixon.
Yes. Woo! Man. Yes.
And all of the enablers who are now talking about unity, your definition of unity should not be oppressive and it should not be arrogant. If you enabled this president, that insurrection, and then went in and voted against the certification, your unification call has to come with action. Because you've already done enough with your words. As was mentioned, Nicole Maliotakis, after the riots, after the insurrection, joined so many other people and voted to try and decertify this. You can't do that and then call for unity.
That's right.
If you want right now a moment of unity, anyone of good conscience should be saying this man has to go, invoke 25th Amendment,
Yes.
sign on to the Articles of
Yes. 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 Woo!
This was the deadliest day on Capitol history.
Yep.
The deadliest day in Capitol history. And people are trying to move aside and pretend like it was nothing. That's unacceptable. And if anybody saw the response of the police to that insurrection, and recall the response of the police to Black Lives Matter, and do not understand the disparity in this country, you are now willfully ignorant and willfully complicit in the disparity.
Yep. Woo! Yep.
And for those of the people who are talking to electors like me, who supported Black Lives Matter and proud of it, I was in the street, putting my body on the line, trying my best to make sure that it was a constructive conversation. I was there trying best to make it a positive message. Donald Trump, Rudy Giuliani, who incited riots in 1990s the same way, and some of these Republicans were nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. My last message is for some of the Democratic leaders. The Democratic leaders you now have in New York State, the Assembly, the Senate, the gubernatorial mansion. In the country, you now have the House of Representatives, the Senate, and the presidency. There is no more excuses.
That's right.
You are now exposed. Let's move this country forward.
Yes.
Let's not forget anyone.
Yes.
There is enough people, there is enough resources for everybody to be on the freedom train.
Yes.
White, black, brown, Jewish, Muslim, Muslim,
Yep,
LGBTQ, black, trans women, everybody.
Yes.
Christians, everybody can be on this freedom train. So I'm begging everyone, if you're calling for unity, let's have some action.
Yes.
That man has got to go. He
Yes.
represents the worst of this country. What we saw a few days ago, by the way, is not un-American. I want to be clear. It is as American as apple pie.
Yeah.
It's been in this DNA forever. But also Americans are those of us who are here. And I've always pushed back on that message.
Yes.
And that's the part of America I will be a part of. And I'm so proud to stand with the rest of you as we try to keep this country going.
Yes.